Mark, 3 points, big 1-0 win, clean sheet. Couldn't have gone better any better.
We could have done. We could have got 2. We put ourselves under a bit of pressure, but cope with it. I think Brownie's had a couple of shots in the first half, a couple of high balls second half. We've dealt with it well, like I know we can do, and like we've got to keep doing. One result, brilliant. We've just got to go on from here.
We looked a real threat in the air today. Elliot had both great games, and of course the goal came from the set piece. Yeah,
well, we were fortunate enough to see them play. We spotted something on a DVD, and we worked at it. And when the lads go and put it into practice like that, it was good. You know, we had a couple of chances first half that we could have converted. Great goal from Stevie. Great. I thought he just missed time his head right in the top corner. But a pleasing performance. You know, local derby. It was feisty, without being malicious, without being stupid. And that's what I expect from my boys. You know, 1 or 2 who've played well in the first couple of games didn't quite hit the straps, but they put the effort in for the team, and that's what we want to be about this season.
The performance over the last 2 games have been really good. So you just pleased for the boys to be able to get points?
Yeah, I'm pleased for the players more than anything else that they've got that result that gets us started, because you know I heard Swindon were top of the league and they were coming here because they wanted to stay there. At this stage of the season, you're all fighting for position, and my boys put in a decent showing today. We were competitive, strong when we had to be, played at times when we could, and then stood up to an aerial bombardment in the last 15 minutes superbly well.
Jimmy Spencer got sent off what looked right from the press box a red card. Did you see it?
He's probably led with his arm in terms of going for the butt, but certainly weren't malicious. Until Jason, we'll have a look down there now, but from where I was, he sort of led, but certainly not flung it. The fourth said to me that the ref said he's not sending him off, and he had a second later to think about it, and he did. We've just got to take it. We'll have a look at it, and if there's anything to appeal about, we will do. But referees make decisions, and we, fortunately, it didn't cost us. Not that it was a poor decision, but Jimmy, I thought Jimmy was outstanding, and his enthusiasm and youthfulness probably just got the better of him.
Last season you scored early on quite a lot and took the lead, so now this season, is it been part of your training plans to sort of keep that lead now?
The plan is to score early, score in the middle and score late, and keep a clean sheet. It don't matter when you score. I've heard a few managers last week in the international saying about staying in games. Gary Speed said it. Wales battered Australia for the last 15 minutes, but it meant nothing because they were 2-0 down when they scored. So you've got to stay in games. You've got to be competitive. Okay, 15 minutes where we weren't particularly good against MK Dons in terms of we conceded a couple of soft goals. But last week we stayed competitive. Could have nicked something right at the end. Today we've had to. We're at home, and we've tried to create chances, and we have. We scored in the 58th minute, something like that, whatever we have. It don't matter when you score, but it's pleasing to keep a clean sheet. It's pleasing to obviously get the 3 points, and now we're up and running.
Mark, 2 changes to the side. What was the thinking behind those 2?
I've got a squad, and I'm going to use it. I wanted Russ Penn's drive and energy, and I thought Luke was really, really unlucky not to be involved. But for me, I think I've got the best 3 midfield players in the league as a 3 ball, and I'll mix them round as and when I see fit, and I'll play all 3 of them at times because they're all good footballers. And Luke was scored the other night, and he was a little unlucky, but that's what we're now about. Hopefully, nobody can rest on their laurels. Nobody can put in a couple of performances where it's not quite good enough because there's people chomping at the bit to come in. Daryl's come in. And Jeff can consider himself unlucky, but I've got that options now, and it's great to have.
Yeah, did you consider playing all of them? So irrelevant now because you won, but did you think about playing 3 in the middle?
Yeah. But I wanted to. Daryl said, Daryl's desperate to play. And we've been playing 4-4-2 for the last couple of games, and we hadn't worked on anything Thursday. and I just didn't feel it was the right thing to do without a bit of preparation on it, throwing it on the boys. So we could have done it. We've done it in pre-season a bit, but we just sharpened the boys up yesterday, and they did everything I wanted to. You know, the pleasing thing for me is obviously the clean sheet and the winning the game, but the pressing that we did, you know, when it was 11 men particularly, we closed down. We were hungry. Marlon Pack, for me, had one of his most influential games he's had in a Cheltenham shirt, and I'm not talking about getting on the ball and spraying 50-60 yard passes. He was effective, he was competitive, and he was outstanding for me.
And he was winning headers in his own box as well.
That's what I'm saying, absolutely. That's what it's about. And it's not about looking good and playing 50 yard passes and losing. It's about doing the ugly stuff, because then, as he was outstanding today, and he's been all season for us, and he'll continue to get better.
Yeah, and more goals from set pieces. I know you wanted that.
Yep.
You scored from one. And
like I said, we went to watch him in pre-season. We saw something that we thought we might be able to try. Neil's been designated set pieces, and they're an important part of the game. You know, we haven't placed a massive emphasis on them at this club because we want to try and play, and we want to win games. And if it takes a set piece and to be resilient, then that's what we have to do, because we've got a good team and we don't want to waste it.
First red card for a long time as well.
I told you we wouldn't win the Fair Play Award. I can ask. It was an honest challenge for me. It wasn't. He didn't fling his arms. I think he's led with it, and the lad he's caught. He probably has caught the lad. The lad certainly told me that's all he had. So, but there's not a mark on him. But like I say, I can't take away Jimmy's hunger and desire, because it's what makes him a good player.
There is more fight in this team, do you think, than there was last year?
You tell me. I think you've seen more fight today than we saw at the end of last season, and that's what we wanted to be. We talked at the end of last season about being more competitive, like on the pitch. And I don't want them booked for stupid things, and I want us to be a clean team. But with Russ Penn and with Alan Bennett, with Marlon having a bet about him, with people like Jimmy, we're not going to win any Fair Play Award this year.
But a few more games, hopefully.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Cheers, Mark.